Hello everybody, welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. I feel that in my first run through episode 5, I definitely did not maximize the amount of world and, characters and story that I could have accessed, because for some stupid reason I was like, oh, I have to go talk to Tabitha, and then obviously I fumbled that a little bit. And as I sit here today, I already have about 3 hours of just like unedited footage of me clicking through a couple of other saves and trying to get to different endings and get as many kind of varieties and achievements as I could get. And I think what I'm getting out of this all is basically the knowledge that I probably will not be able to access everything there is to see. Not probably, I definitely will not be able to access everything there is to see in this game anymore. I'll obviously try to show some different variations, but because of how complex the conversation kind of arching and branching is now, you just aren't going to get the same playthrough twice. I'm going to just kind of show snippets of different things that I found was interesting, and I'll try to tell you what traits I'm using or put that in the video in the edit somehow. But don't expect this to be a how-to, because it is just too complex. You can see some elements of it, but yeah. It's raining outside, I've got a cup of tea, and I want to see what else we can do in episode 5. I'm back in the playthrough where I gave my youth for the library. I'm powerful build and street smart in this. Okay. Let's examine the painting this time around. Highlights a number of old buildings and locales, many of which you've already visited: the town hall, the estate, the mines, and the clinic. Still called a hospital at the time of this painting. The church, and then there's somewhere you've yet to see: the historical Callaway Tremaine homesteads. Ignore it and leave this room? Okay. I'm wondering if some of my choices are limited due to just how I am with the age aspect of it. It's not as easy as it looked. The boxes are surprisingly heavy, and you find yourself using a not inconsiderable percent of your strength to push them enough to reveal the room beyond. So, you have to stand gasping in the doorway as you catch your breath, but the victory is still yours. I'm wondering if I would be even more feeble if I didn't have powerful build as one of my choices. Once I'd helped you find what you needed to find, I wanted you to choose to come to me, to know you were truly open to the conversation. This was when I asked about the theatrics. If you know what's going on here, then out with it. Do you want to be somebody else's puppet? I can guide you to where you need to be, but it's up to you to open your eyes. The witch holds some of the final pieces. Find her, pry them from her hands, and then everything should start falling into place. I'm going to someone I can trust. That's right. If you can just manage to throw yourself into the arms of someone you can actually trust, maybe they can help you. Maybe you don't have to deal with this alone. Can you trust anyone? Oh, what's that? That's right, you remind that to someone who means something to you? Someone important. At least you think she or he or they are. No, she. Probably she, yes, and you probably think she might be someone important, at least to you. There's a blurred space that comes to your mind when you think about this person. Less of a place and more of a location, but less of a location, more the idea of a location. A sort of almost location where you feel like you know where it's meant to be, but where you couldn't for the life of you describe it. But you could follow that important feeling. Walk alongside that strange feeling. For the sake of this attempt, let's trace the fraying threads of heart and memory. Or do we? I don't know. Let's trace. You follow that blurry feeling, your attention drawn with a tunnel-like focus to the rhythmic falling of your feet, your surroundings distant and unreadable. You lose a sense of time as you go. But then footfall stops and you find yourself on Scarlet Hollow's main street, in front of an old bricked-up building that you don't recall ever seeing before, and yet you know that this is the place you're meant to go. Oh, Miles. One of Scarlet Hollow's resident teenage miscreants. I have to talk to you. There's something going on, but I can't remember what. It has to do with Sybil and somebody else, and that somebody feels really important. And I feel like if I don't remember before it's too late, somebody's gonna... Never mind, this is stupid. I just sound crazy. He doesn't sound crazy, though. You feel an odd sensation as he's talking, a creeping recognition, but you can't seem to hold on to it. A slippery thought that refuses to be fully recognized. Something's so wrong right now, like something's supposed to be here and it just isn't. So you're messed up too. This is so stupid. He tries to collect himself, wiping away his tears and choking back whatever remaining sobs he has left. Look, there's this guy on the edge of town, Julius. He's crazy, but I remember him coming around and asking questions, and he always had this notebook with him. I don't remember what he asked me, but he'll remember it. You've got to go talk to him, or get him to show you his notebook. He probably knows more than anybody about what's going on. I don't want to have to ask anybody to help me, but it's like I just can't think straight. I need somebody to do this for me. I don't want to feel like this anymore. Not again. Please, not again. He shoves a map into your hands and turns away, hiding his face as it creaks or cracks with emotion. I really didn't want to ask anybody for help. That's how bad it is, okay? Don't tell anybody what I said, though. I don't need people thinking I'm crazy. And then he's walking away. Though where you can't be sure, if he even has a destination at all. This place seems like a dead end, but you have a new lead to follow. Follow the map and make your way to Julius's farm, or anything but that. If I follow the map immediately, am I just gonna go to the end game immediately? You might as well see. As you make your way along the sunlit dirt road, you feel it. A tingling at the back of your skull. An urgency, almost like a hand pressing you gently forward with the threat that it might become more forceful if you don't comply. Like so much crying. Crying that can only stop if you tend to it. You pick up the pace. You lose track of time, your attention glued to each step. Your mind ceding control to your feet. They know exactly where you need to be. And so the trance goes until it's halted by the unlikely sight of a familiar figure on the path ahead. Good. You found your way. I knew you would eventually. You knew I would come here? It's the loudest today. The town has shifted its attention in accordance, whether or not it realizes as much. He's right, of course. It's not sound exactly, but there is something calling, begging. And you're particularly susceptible. Are you going to come with me? Unfortunately, I can't. Not this time. I only wanted to offer some words of encouragement, and I'm afraid that's all I can offer. I would much rather be by your side through this, but the witch is dangerous to me. But not to you. She can't hurt you in any way that matters, especially now that she's at her most vulnerable. His words feel far away. The nut sound in your mind, the call of the thing at the farms is louder. It needs you to keep walking. Just be careful of the farmer. Okay. The trees part, the woods thinning and giving way to messy patches of scraggly, end-season garden vegetables seated in between a pair of farmhouse on opposite hills. Not that the details are important, your destination is the furthest of the two structures. Irma, what's going on? I got a page from the sheriff and nobody's here. Where are the cops? I called him on account of Bo went missing, and Duke says he last heard Bo wanted to go give Julian peace of his mind. Once they got here, they went in with Duke. They being the sheriff and the white deputy, the one with the sunglasses. But then something happened and there was a gunshot, and there's awful howling. Weren't like no creature I ever heard. That's when that other deputy, the black one, you ran up, and the door shut behind him. Nobody's come out since. So everyone's inside. Starting to get concerned. I'm running out of folks to call for help. Wait, is that Mina? What the hell are they doing there? You're aware this is a crime scene, right? And that the cops are all missing? The talking is just noise. Her words don't matter. There's a humming in your head, almost like a voice, one you can just barely make out. But you know it will be clearer the closer you get to the stone. You start wandering up towards the farmhouse at the top of the hill. Oh, come on, where do you think you're going? But you continue forward. You barely even notice your hand slipping over the doorknob. It's gonna be alright, Irma. We'll get your boys out of here, I promise. And now you're inside. Sheriff Hugby dangles in the middle of the room. An axe attached to some strange mechanism in the ceiling is embedded in his face, holding up his corpse in an imitation of life. You can't help but notice the way Julius postures himself away from the thing that implanted in Bo. He's afraid of it, and with how he's clutching his side, he's likely already been wounded. Not once has Julian explained what Avery, of all people, is doing here. They went out of their way yesterday to ask the police to do a wellness check. There's a bond there. At least from Avery's side of things. Okay. Julius, can't you see he's reaching for you? Maybe you should take him. It's just having some kind of spasm, quit reading into it. Always a stranger, shouldn't he be brought into this world by the person that loves him? Parenting is about sacrifice, Julius. Isn't taking it on yourself what any man should do? I don't think that'll work. You think a sacrifice is something you put on somebody else? No wonder nothing ever went right for you. Raising Bo was the hardest thing I ever did, you jackass. You put your life aside for somebody you love, then you tell me about sacrifice. What, so I should kill myself? Rob myself of ever getting to see the fruits of all this? Then what was the damn point? I don't think anybody has to die, Julius. Right now it's just got Bo, and I know he's big, but he's still just one person. What if your kid wants more than one person can give? What if you actually let me help you? Julius falls into silence. We could handle it. Then I'll take care of him when you're... Avery glances at Franklin. While I rot in jail. Look, you wanted a legacy, right? If that's what this was about, then you were never gonna get to see all of it. That's kind of the point. A legacy is like waves left after you jump into a pool. Evidence for other people to see how big of a splash you made. You want that splash to be made in somebody else's blood? Julius says nothing, watching the thing as it continues to eat Bo. Its malformed hand is still outstretched, like a taproot searching desperately for water. Why the hell are you talking like you know anything? You're barely out of high school, what do you know? know about nurturing things that don't even know I exist. I know about leaving a mark. I know about the wind in my hair and friendship in my heart. Even though nobody will know it was me, because nobody sees me. But somebody might see what I made. You want Bo's murder to be what they see? I don't think you do, so let me help you. Damn it. I never should have called you up here. What is your kid worth to you if you aren't putting everything on the line for him? I'm not letting you kill yourself with me over my mistake, kid. Because you're half right. Somebody's got to take care of him when I'm gone. I said no, not you. Come here, boy. So it could have been Avery that takes the hit for him? No, I mean, I'm obviously going to have to try that out to see what happens, but I hate it as well. I don't want that to happen at all. Julius wipes away a tear, trying to pretend he isn't holding back more. He kneels by Bo, finally clasping his boy's translucent hand. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He grimaces as the roots slide under his skin. He cries out in pain as it nestles into him. Damn, that hurts. Hurts like hell. Look at that. I think he's smiling, Julius. He's coming into the world smiling. Is he? This nice boy? This what you wanted? Oof. You don't remember, but I've been with you every night you've been alive, bleeding for you. I was gonna love you. I was gonna be a good daddy, better than Duke. Send you to school, make sure you do better than I ever did. I bet you don't even know what daddy means. Maybe you could say it for me if you try. How about it? Can you say daddy just one time? A strange sound. The fucking hacking noise needs to chill out. A strange sound escapes the thing's hole of a mouth, a horrible gurgling that does not resemble a word. Daddy, please say it for me. Nobody clip that! As Julius's breath stops, the thing's panic finally seems to fade. The vines blocking the door slacken and the house groans unnaturally, straining under the weight of the relaxing meat of the creature's womb. Okay. Diner kid, Avery, how's Bo? He's still breathing. He looks pretty messed up though. His skin's all purpley. Aww. What do we do about that, Julius's boy? I'll take care of it. I think that's only right. You're absolutely fucking not taking that thing. It dies here with Julius. Hey, the basement is flooding. Am I the only one paying attention? What are you talking about? There's no water. But there is. He just can't seem to see it. Not that it matters, because his words are swallowed by the flood. Everyone out there forgot about you, Kanika. It's like you didn't exist. It's okay. It's part of all of this. I'm surprised you were able to remember. You really do care about me, don't you? That's such a sweet thought. But it's okay if you forget too. Once it's all said and done, I don't need to be remembered. What exactly is she trying to prevent? Do you even know? That thing that Enoch brought, whatever it is, breaking out and causing havoc. And all those disasters my mom would be able to stop if she takes its power for herself. I'm so much smaller than all of that, but in this moment I can be what stops it. I can be big enough. My life can be meaningful. You're doing the right thing, Kanika. Your whole life has come down to this moment. Thank you. I'm glad you get it. I'm sorry we won't get more time together. I really liked seeing you yesterday. It's a nice note to go out on, though. Having somebody care that much about me. Why did it have to be you? It's not fair. I really liked you, you know. You're not wrong. It doesn't feel very fair. There was so much I wish I'd been brave enough to do before now. But I don't think things are ever really fair. Everybody dies one day, and at least my death is going to mean something. She pauses, thinking, her lips twitching as she holds back words she feels she might regret. Could you tell me you love me? It's okay if you don't mean it. I'd just like to hear somebody say it. Has no one ever said it before? Well, yeah, but not the way I want you to say it. I love you, Kanika. You think you see the slightest hint of a tear forming in her eye, but she blinks it back, trying not to break her composure, despite the circumstances. I love you too. I'm so happy that those words are the last I'll hear before I'm gone. Thank you for talking to me one last time. I know you're supposed to forget me after this, but maybe you won't. Maybe I mean enough to you that you can hold on to that piece of me even if everyone else forgets. For a second you struggled to remember why you were here. Whatever you were supposed to do, it was important. There's a heavy weight in your chest, an emotion, tied to someone you were looking for. Oh, that's right. You were here to find Carmilla. Huh? What? Is this like a young Sybil? Like the new version? What? She's beautiful. There's almost a glow around her, softening your heart, easing the pain. Strange that I'd settled there. Before another word is spoken, she wraps you up in an embrace. Her smell is comforting, like herbal smoke and pine needles with the vaguest undercurrent of coconut. It's almost sad when she separates from you. The feelings that stirred at that smell are fluttering in your chest, making you nervous, reminding you of something that feels lost, but it's not. She's right in front of you. I thought everybody forgotten about me, even you, but you came to save me. You remembered me. And you do remember her. She's been with you most of the week ever since Stella introduced you. You spent most of yesterday together trying to track Stella down before you wound up in Carmilla's room, were you? You look into her eyes, green with flecks of hazel in the middle like a mossy forest floor. There is both comfort and unfamiliarity there. But that's to be expected. You've only been in town less than a week. You're still getting to know each other. No. I hate this. I hate this. You came to find me like a knight in shining armor. The fuck? Was there someone else here? Those figures, the ones that were dancing around through the illusions? All of this is meant to confuse us. Don't let it make you doubt reality. You and I are alone here. Everything else is a dream. What did I come to save you from? This place. It took me out of the world, trying to isolate me, to erase me. Nod silently. We're together now. The illusion can't hold us anymore. Let's go home. What the fuck? Whoa. You gotta give it up for Sybil. She comes back as like a new younger version of herself and she's like, I'm gonna be a fucking bombshell. What the hell? Oh, dude. I don't know if I'm gonna save this version of it. I'm gonna make up my mind. But I'm going to load back to the start. If you start crying, the mama opossum backs up and like is like, oh shit. Oh, thank you, Dustin. You may have to take every vaccine known to man to make sure you don't get a disease from the interaction, but the kindness of the tiny creature is clear. That, or it likes the salt. Oh, without keen eye, you don't notice the other room behind the bookshelf, huh? Okay. So now, we did not go and meet up with Wayne and speak to him. Let's try another I'm going to someone I can trust. Let's reach out for Avery. Oh. What's got you rushing out here so early? Just excited to see me? Tell them everything. You try to take a few deep breaths and stutter out the story of your strange morning. Avery nods along, their eyes widening as you describe everything you saw in the estate. Waking up on the dusty floor, the long dusty hallways full of your family's secrets, the cell. What the hell? That's who I was when the ghost possessed me, whoever was in that room. That's crazy. Charlie must have met them. That was, what, the 40s, 50s? And you said the room looked recently vacated, so your family has had somebody stuck in there for decades, maybe some bodies. You haven't let Tabitha know you know, right? I was hoping you might come with me and we could talk to her together. You have a calming presence. I do? Oh, I like that I make you feel that way. I don't think she got that impression of me, though. Or any impression. Pretty sure she didn't even know my name. But we're not talking about me, we're talking about your cousin, who is not looking the most innocent right now, at least as far as I can see it. I mean, all this has just been sitting around in her house for her whole life, and she never saw any of it. She never went looking. And the way Stella tells it, she'd only been doing plenty of her own enforcing when it comes to keeping people out of there. Just saying, it kinda sounds like she was keeping the secret. Which means she knew about the secret. We don't know that. We should just go talk to her. I'm sure we can clear this up. I won't stop you if you feel like that's what you want to do, but I don't think it's a good idea. And I don't think having me there would make it any less bad. I mean, she doesn't even know my name. But look, clearly you came here because some part of you is doubtful enough that you don't feel like talking to her alone. So you don't have to. Whatever you want to do, I'll do it with you. Though you did catch me at a little bit of a bad time. I got a call from Julius about some plant emergency he needs my help with, and I promised I'd go up there right away since he's not really the kind of guy who asks for help. Means it must be pretty serious. I'm sure he wouldn't say no to a pair of extra hands for whatever he's got going on. Winnie's let me borrow a car, so I can get you wherever you want to go afterwards. I could even help you skip down if that's what you want to do. We've got some friends in Charlotte who would put you up. You've got options. Hmm. Don't worry, he's shown me where they all are, and hey, once you're on the other side of them, it'll be real hard for anyone to come after you. So you coming? Only if you promise to get me out of this town as soon as you're done. Yeah, we'll be on the road to Charlotte tonight, I promise. I don't know what kind of plant would require more than a few minutes of attention unless he wants me to mow his lawn or something. And I'd say no if he did. No way am I tackling that disaster. Winnie's van is parked out back. Let's go. Okay. Oh. Do you? Do you see plenty of ditchlings hanging around? Where, bro? I can't see shit. How's Birdie holding up? She passed. Wasn't pretty. Tried to dig that thing out of her. It was just too big. It was like the egg was the only thing holding her inside together anymore. Shot a few more of them that day than usual. Despite the waste of bullets. Payback. Burned the egg too. Poor things, all that death. Things plural? Kid, you don't need to extend sympathy to someone like that. Birdie didn't want that damn thing in her, and it's better off dead than crawling around her farm, looking for its next victim until its head gets caved in by Beau's shovel. What's this Julius guy like? Should I be worried? Yes, it should. He's been trouble since the day he was born. I don't know. He's always been okay to me. Surly, yeah, but he always leaves a tip. Not much, but he doesn't have much to spare, so I know it means something for him to leave it. Do not be fooled by whatever face he manages to put on when he's attempted to be part of society. I grew up with Julius as a neighbor and a cousin. I know him better than to think there's much beside bile and bitterness at the root of that man's soul. Yeah, now that we see Irma up close, we can tell who Beau takes after. The two of you start back up the hill. Even though the pull is weak, it's still enough that you don't feel much like lingering, your mind fixing itself on the presence of the stone somewhere close by. Avery slips under the rusted metal door of the half-open garage and you follow, clumsy with eagerness as a stone pulls you forward. Wait, careful, there's a... You trip over something as you try to straighten back up. The air is suddenly split, with a cacophony of aluminium. The sound of the door crashing to the ground behind you, sealing you both off from the outside world. Tripwire. Well, at least it wasn't one of the bad ones. You're still in one piece. Julius can let us out when we're done. As the dust settles and your eyes finally adjust to the dark garage, your eyes fall on something unusual nestled in the mess of the untidy space. Something strange and organic and large. The gutted corpse of Big Betty, the biggest pumpkin you've ever seen. Stringy orange intestines trail off from the inside her slowly drying cavity, leading through the open door and into the old farmhouse. You want to follow the trail. It's leading you inside, closer to what you're looking for, but you at least have enough patience that you can wait for Avery to lead you safely forward. No need to set off any more of Julius's traps. What exactly did Julius call you about again? Something to do with plants. It kind of looks like I'm too late. I don't think the pumpkin's gonna pull through. Not that he mentioned the pumpkin anyway, but who knows? There was some weird noise in the background that made him a little hard to make out. Like a cat or something. I might have just missed it. So he did steal Big Betty. It's crazy that the cops did manage to find this. It's right here in plain view. They could have just looked under the garage door, wouldn't even need a warrant. Not that I think anybody should get arrested for stealing a pumpkin. Pretty low on my list of worst crimes. Make sure you step where I step. Wouldn't want to slip on this stuff and impale yourself on any rusty pitchforks. Okay. There are strange fleshy growths between the floorboards, creeping their way up the walls. Avery seems unfazed by their presence, merely poring over them like oddities. Oh, check these out. What are they, roots? You must have a tree growing in here somewhere. Hey Julius, it's Avery from the diner? An older man's scratchy voice calls out from elsewhere in the house. Downstairs. That's where it is. Your thought is interrupted by some other sound rising from below. This must be what Avery heard over the phone. Doesn't sound much like a cat to you, though. Anything I should look out for on the way down? Rug, that's all. Careful, Mina, don't step on the rug. They point up and you follow their gaze. Above the rug, there is an axe attached to some kind of spring-loaded mechanism stashed between the ceiling rafters. Cool, right? It's like Home Alone in here. We don't have as many lives as the wet bandits, though, so look out. Ooh, I can disable the trap. This is rudimentary work. It's an axe attached to a heavy spring held back by tripwire. The tripwire is triggered by stumbling over a particular crease in the carpet, crumpled to disguise the trap as merely an aspect of the mess. But it can also just be triggered by yanking on the wire from a safe distance away where the axe is designed to come down. You do so. With a loud metallic twang, the axe is dislodged from its place in the ceiling, hitting nothing but air. It was so fast. It really could have killed somebody. Damn it, kid. Please tell me you didn't get hit. No, my friend just disarmed it so nobody would accidentally get hurt. Julius tries to yell again, but the sound interrupts him, drowning out his words. How well do you know this guy exactly? Well enough to come when he calls. We might not talk much, but I feel like we have an understanding, you know? I save his booth for him, he reads his paper and pretends to ignore me all day. He leaves an extra 50 cents. There's comfort in the routine. I do yard work for him sometimes too. It's the same thing. Trim back the brush. He gives me a Coke. I try to talk to him while I drink the Coke. He gives me one-word responses, then asks me to do something else. It's predictable. Safe. Except for the bear traps. But he always warns me about those. What's with the traps? Why does he have these? I don't know. I haven't asked. It's his house. It's not really my business to tell him how you should keep it. I'm guessing it just makes him feel safe. I don't question that. He's all alone out here with neighbors who don't like him much. It's no wonder he's a little paranoid. Avery, does none of this seem strange to you? Are you not seeing how odd this is? I never shy away from the weird stuff. You know that. Now let's go see what he's got in the basement. Alright, we're coming down. Now hold on just a minute. Who is it you got up there? Me. Ain't that Tabitha's cousin? What the hell? I didn't say you could bring a friend. Okay. Careful about you know, his little finger things. He got me with those earlier. I'll keep him distracted. You try pulling and see if you can get him out. He starts bleeding pretty bad when I do that, man. I don't know if that's such a good idea. Well, try going slow. Ease him out. Someone screams and something else screams with him. Inhuman. Ungodly. You come to, the room slowly solidifying around you. You are propped against the far wall of Julius's unfinished basement. He's holding a gun, politely pointed at the floor, watching Avery from a distance. Bo lies limp in the corner. There's something attached to his chest. The source of the awful noise. It stutters with pained inhalations, matching Bo's unsteady breaths. If we're looking at it like Junior here is a plant, which I guess he is, he's clearly got enough roots dug in that it just shreds Bo if we try to yank him out. And Junior doesn't seem to like it much either. Well, of course he doesn't. You're taking away his life support. But you don't want Bo dying down here. I mean, he's got a family, man. They care about him. I know it. As much as I hate the Callaways, I don't want my boy coming into the world with this on his conscience. That was the whole reason I got you down here. I thought you'd have some kind of smart-ass solution. But trimming the roots just made him dig deeper. And pulling just seems to be killing Bo faster. He's as stubborn as his daddy, that's for sure. And he's scared too. He's getting defensive, trying to protect himself. But I won't give up. You want help? I'll try to help. Maybe there's something else he can eat. Hey, you made it. Julius startles, straightening up, gripping his gun tighter as the attention in the room falls on you. Babble incoherently about your vision. Now I got this concussed freak to deal with. Wait, witch? Did you say witch? Damn it, I just can't get away from her, as if she hasn't already fucked us up enough. But she's got another thing coming if she thinks she can go back on her deal now. What is going on here? The sound of footsteps upstairs, knocking. Silence falls over the basement, save for the synchronized, ragged breathing of the two boys. Tremaine, you home? I'm telling you, we're better off going through the back. His front door always gotta be booby-trapped to hell. Duke, don't make me regret letting you come along. I will not go through the back like this is some sort of sting operation. This is a wellness check for paperwork's sake. A wellness check where you had to bring along the biggest cop you had? Expect the best, but plan for the worst, Calloway. A door opening. You've got to be kidding me. No warrant, no nothing. Footsteps as the group piles inside, securing the entryway. Looks like somebody already set something off and got away unscathed. See, half the shit he has around here don't even work. Heavy footsteps. Franklin appears at the top of the stairs. Franklin fumbles for his gun, panicking. Julian aims up at the stairs. Duke shoves Franklin forward. He tumbles down the stairs just as Julian's gun goes off. Julius carefully slides Officer Franklin's gun just out of reach. Use the faucet, fill up a bottle of whatever, put a little note in there, and she'd make her answer known. It's fed by natural spring water. That's her preferred method of communication, like her internet, I suppose. But as you can see, it's currently out of order. I tried earlier, but my boy got his meat all in there. That's a choice of words. Avery, Julius called you here. Just you. Out of everyone in town? Yeah, he did. I guess he feels like we're pretty close. I never said that. Don't put words in my mouth. I just know you're good with plants. That garden of yours is always happy, and I think my boy's still a plant, technically. Though I hope he grows out of that. Julius, why did you really call Avery? I think even you know a plant expert would have a hard time with this. What if I want to know? Fine, you were always polite, served coffee with a smile, no complaints, saved the corner booth for me, way I like. Just felt like you spared more than a passing thought my way, and that counts for a lot when you're somebody like me who doesn't talk to nobody. A family issue, huh? Maybe the boy doesn't have to die. Neither of them has to. Maybe you can share this burden together instead. The hell are you even saying? They're saying we might be family adjacent enough that we could take the burden off of Bo, is that right? What exactly are you saying we do? Let him do that to us. Move him off of Bo. See if he'll come willingly. And hopefully the two of us can manage it better than he can all on his own. Especially if we're not fighting him every stop of the way. can't feel nice to be attached to somebody who doesn't want you. Shouldn't he know he's coming into the world where people care about him? Damn it, kid, you're making it sound all queer. If you want to raise a kid right, you're gonna have to soften up sometime, old man. Oh. Avery intercepts, taking its translucent hand, holding it gently. He could kill us. But it's too late for doubts now. It started. You can see the tendrils dislodge from inside Bo as he whimpers, seizing as they slide from underneath his skin, transferring to both Julius and Avery. Told you. He gets it. Jesus, fuck, this hurts. It certainly looks painful, but no blood seeps from the wounds where the boy's greedy appendages have broken through. Not a drop going to waste. The boy, in contrast to the pained grimaces of Julius and Avery, seems to finally settle into comfort, falling into something like a sleep as it nestles between its donors. As the thing's panic fades, the vines blocking the door slacken. The house groans unnaturally, straining under the weight of the relaxing meat of the creature's womb. And then the faucet. You wanted your witch? Well, here she comes. Holy shit, it worked. The kid's alive. Stop mid-swing. Bo's powerful hand, still strong even in his weakened state, has stilled the axe. Falls to the floor, its thump muted in the rising water. No one seems to notice, even though it's risen past their knees. The doctor comes in a moment later. Let the water take you. It's like they're trying to talk to you from behind a wall. And then the flood takes you. Almost nobody gets to know they're going to make so much of a difference, so I can't be too sad. Even if it means I'll never get to see that pretty face of yours again. She looks solemn all of a sudden, her eyes growing distant as the weight of it all seems to descend on her. I hope you do miss me. Oh, and then she's just gone. Fucking Carmilla. Just wanted to see if it's different when you don't do like a romance of Kanika. But no, it's like she just seduces you anyway. God, I can't wait to look at this in the playthrough that I didn't drink the tea in. Right. Okay. Going to someone I can trust. Stella. She knows Tabitha better than anybody. Yeah, let's try to get Stella and then speak to Tabitha together. Wherever she is, she's not here. I need to see Tabitha. Oh, yeah, so she is. Oh, hey, hello. There's a weird energy in here, an eagerness in her eyes, like circling cats, eyeing what they hope might be a particularly stupid mouse. Don't make any sudden moves. Stella darts across the room, turning the lock to the office door and slamming the bolt shut. Stella, what the hell are you doing? I'm doing the plan that we talked about. The plan... Stella, Jesus Christ, it's too early for this. I told you I had everything sorted out. There was a timeline. Come on, Tabitha. Your version of having things sorted out was so convoluted. You gotta learn to seize the moment. And in this moment, Mina's right here, alone. And you said we needed Mina, alone. So this is perfect. We were just gonna have a talk, okay? So go ahead and sit down and we can sort everything out. If I don't like this talk, then what? Tabitha's gonna shoot me? Great way to start a conversation. Let's do a little street smart. Hey, nobody was talking about shooting anybody. Neither one of us wants to hurt you. Trust me, Tabby loves you. She wouldn't do that, right? That's not up to me. That's up to Mina. Okay, well that's not gonna make them feel much safer, but that's okay. Let's ignore the gun of it all and pretend we're having a normal chat so we can all get on the same page, because that's what this is all about. Once we tell you everything, I'm sure you'll get it. And we'll leave this trailer closer than we've ever been. I promise. Oh, god damn it, we're really doing this, aren't we? Okay, sit down. Fine, but this had better be good. Behind you, Stella drags another chair towards the door, propping it under the handle. Sorry, just making extra sure we don't get interrupted. Tabby, do you want to? Trying to talk to them was your idea, Stella, not mine. You take the lead. Okay, so, not so easy, is it? That's how I felt last night, too. Yeah, where do I even start? Okay, magic is real. That's obvious at this point. Even if you could write off the ditchlings as weird creatures or hallucinations or whatever, Charlie isn't exactly something you can explain away as anything but magic, so there's no debate there, right, Tabby? Yeah. And I'm sure you've noticed that your family's connected to all this. That's no coincidence. It was after the collapse. Enoch. The town was going to fall apart, so he made a deal. He saved Scarlet Hollow, but deals usually come at a cost, right? So he had to trade something for the town's salvation, though the price was only paid by Scarlet's. It's always been paid by Scarlet's. A Scarlet is locked away from the world, bound to the estate by magic, and in return, the town itself prospers. There isn't a Scarlet locked away anymore, which is why everything has started falling apart. The deal is broken. Well, temporarily broken. And there's only so much time left to fix it. That's where you come in. You're a Scarlet. You have the power to save the town if you're willing to use it. And I don't see why you wouldn't. If I could do it instead and save the whole town, you know I would. Especially since that would mean spending the rest of my life with Tabby. I can imagine way worse fates. I mean, really, what we're offering is free room and board for life. We'll make it nice for you, spruce up the place, and I'd cook for you, of course, like your own personal chef. We can play games and let you watch movies and keep up with the news. It doesn't have to be such a bad thing. You could even still stream. We'd have to watch to make sure you don't accidentally spill the beans about the whole situation, but still, it's not like being here would be any worse than Smartville. So what do you say? Yo! What the fuck, bro? So if Tabitha and Stella get back together, basically, we find out that Stella is like an absolute fucking lunatic. Okay. God, this feels shockingly strange. This doesn't add up. How does Wayne fit into all of this? Don't ask me about him, please. Tabitha, it's okay. You can say more. We're being honest now, remember? That's how we build trust. Tabitha sits in stubborn silence for a long moment, squirming under Stella's thoughtful gaze. He doesn't fit into this. He's just a mistake. Not my mistake, and one that never should have happened. And it won't happen again. And don't keep needling me about it, asking what shouldn't have happened, Tabitha. Why is he all gross? Is he dead? Is he alive? Just stop bringing him up. I know we're supposed to be all open and chatty or whatever, but it's painful for me. I liked him. It's okay, you have me now. And that's better. Even if everything else is worth. That's better. Stella, how do you know Tabitha has told you everything there is to know about this? Don't think you understand how well I know Tabby. She told me about the room you'd be staying in, and I've seen enough to know she's telling me the truth. Tabitha remains conspicuously silent. I've seen the room where our family kept these other Scarlets. It's not exactly a luxury suite. That's where I come in. You can do a lot with a small space these days. You know, tiny living? It's a trend right now. See, it's trendy. We're going to do better than Tabitha's older relatives ever could. This is some kind of divine punishment. We care about you. We want you to be happy. We can get you a plant. I've heard those are good for air quality and morale. Because we're nice. We care about that stuff. And maybe we can move you to a bigger room eventually, once we've done some work on the place. But we can only do work on it if it stays standing, and it only stays standing if you do this. What happens if we just don't go through with things? Leave town. Let whatever happens, happen. We can't do that. The speed of Stella's response is almost alarming. We can't. If we give up, the town is ruined. Done. Yep. Goodbye Scarlet Mines, goodbye Scarlet Hollow. No jobs means no one can stay. Not unless they're willing to live off the land like some kind of freakishly hill people. But even ignoring that, no one can leave. My parents... That's why they died. That's why Vivian went out the way she did. That's why everyone who leaves town is met with ruin until they eventually drag themselves back destitute with their mistakes trailing after them. If they ever make it out in the first place. But if we make the town a nicer place to be, if we bring it back, people won't have to leave. What if I say no? Do you let me walk out? Or Tabitha, why can't you volunteer? Why does it have to be me? The deal doesn't mean the mines run themselves. This is how it works. One Scarlet to run the mines, and one to shoulder the other burden. Neither of us getting out of this with all our freedom intact. Know that. What if I say no? Do you let me walk out? I don't think you should say no. Not because we'll do anything, that's not a threat. Just because I don't think there are really any other options for you. Yeah, if you tried to leave town, you're not gonna get far, trust me. Again, not a threat, just reality. Either you do it and the town recovers, or you don't and the town keeps getting worse. All while we're stuck here. It's not like there are good options here. But I don't want to. Isn't there another way? Stella, this is pointless. Damn. Since we're all being honest here, I'll go ahead and let you know that I've tipped a line to the police. There's a button here behind the desk. I think we're done talking, so let's sit here in polite silence for a bit. I'm sure it won't take long for them to get here. It's not like they have much going on. Tabitha, whatever is about to happen, I need you to know this. I found these in a drawer. Letters from your dad. They were being hidden from you. What? thought you said he was a deadbeat. He is a deadbeat. This doesn't change anything. So what, he sent me some stupid birthday cards every year. He's still gone. I was still alone in that house all those years with her. What exactly were you hoping to achieve with this? What, were you hoping I'd abandon everything my family has built and rush off to the coast to find some relative I haven't known since I was 5? I don't care about this man who never once came to rescue me, even though he knew exactly what I was living through. Tabitha's breathing hard, trying to pull herself back together. It's okay. How about we send him something after all this is done, okay? Maybe it's worth getting in touch. I can't think about this right now. I have bigger problems. But at least one of those problems is about to be dealt with. Stella, the door. Well, I assume your cousin has been a problem and that's why you called me up here? Is that right, Miss Scarlet? Exactly, officer. A big problem. That's it? You just believe them? No questions asked? Of course he believes us. We're upstanding citizens. And he's just my freakish cousin who keeps getting into trouble. They're talking about a possible murder. Wait, 187, that's a murder. Alright, kid. Wait, no, you gotta be kidding me. You're not gonna take my cousin with you to an active crime scene. That's not what I call you. You can't put my cousin in danger, do you hear me? I'm afraid I have to, ma'am. Mean is a threat to the safety of the town. It's my duty to make sure that threat is contained. This could be good. The handcuffs aren't great, and being in the back of a cop car doesn't exactly sound like your element. But it's better than here. A confined space with 3 people and multiple guns. Getting away from the people who want to lock you in a tiny room for the rest of your life seems preferable. You can figure out your escape later. Then I'm coming too. I'll be taking my own car, so you can't stop me. I highly advise you don't do that, ma'am. Your advice has been taken into consideration. There. I considered it. And I'm going. I don't trust this. Stella, stay here and man the fort or something. Or go home, whatever. I'll call you later. Toxic Yuri. Just get in the hole, your name. Tabitha judging Tremaine for doing this in his house is really a pot kettle, innit? Oh, and he decides to do it fully himself. Okay. It overtakes me and Tabitha? Oh, she sees us both, huh? For real, are you? You're kidding me. Kanika's trying to sacrifice herself because her mom said so. What exactly is she trying to prevent? Know what you're... Okay, fine, I know what you're talking about. But do you think I like being stuck? No. I just know that I need to grin and bear it for the sake of everything my family built. That includes the town. For Sybil's plan to work, it would mean destroying Scarlet Hollow. So? The town sucks. It's lived past its expiration date, you know that. That doesn't mean it has to die. It doesn't mean you have to die. It's not dying, but I'm fine with it, okay? My life is about to actually mean something. You're too important to me, Kanika. I thought you knew that. I can't let you do this. I'm sorry. I didn't know then what I know now, or I never would have let you in. You got it all wrong anyway. I'm not important or special, not on my own. Not when compared with what I'm about to do. And I know how that sounds, but I mean it. How many people can say they get the chance to change the future, like really change it? Have you ever been happy, Kanika? Has she ever let you be happy? Of course. I mean, I had a good childhood. Tabitha, back me up here. Actually, I think this is all fucking stupid. What, you're just gonna do what Sybil says, no questions asked? That's not the Kanika I know. You're as stubborn as I am, remember? That thing is asking you to give up your life for some vague, greater purpose, and even if that is probably a lie, it says it's done this before. It probably came up with the perfect line to feed each and every one of its victims, so they'll give it up willingly. Don't you have dreams and ambitions and stuff? Do you really think none of those matter just because it said so? Where is this all coming from? I thought you hated me. No, Kanika. I have respect for you. You stick to your guns. You're the one who hates me. I don't hate you. I should have known the two of you would be trouble. You and your family have always valued your hold over the town over the happiness of its residents. How can you look around at the way things are and see anything but misery? Do you know what I see when I look at Scarlet Hollow? I don't care. I see the remains of some long dead thing. Hollowed out mountains where hollowed out people work to scrape the last few crumbs of death from dried up seams, hoping to animate the corpse of this town for long enough that they can see tomorrow. It's not going to stay that way, and you know it. Of course, and I know why too. But does Mina know why? Have you thought to mention it? Shut up. I'm getting you out of here, Kanika. Tabitha doesn't waste another moment. She rushes forward, her hand outstretched towards Kanika. She doesn't want you to talk to Sybil. Restrain her. You're not about to let Tabitha act in this moment. You wrap your arms around her and do your best to hold her back. And I'm sure you're doing this because you care about her so much, Tabitha, and not because it would be inconvenient for you if I wasn't able to reach my full strength. Even Mina knew this was the choice they had to be made, despite how close they and my daughter have managed to get in such a short time. But you're so much stronger than your cousin. She tries to weasel out of your grip, but every movement she makes turns into an opportunity for you to hold her even tighter. Kanika, I'm sorry that we never really got along. I always thought you were an admirable person. You always stuck to your guns, and I respect that, even when you really should have sold that stupid store to me years ago. I wish I'd said it before now. I wish I'd been nicer to you while I had the chance. Kanika's eyes go wide, and then... Huh. She didn't deserve this. What happened? Tabitha seems to be made uneasy by Carmilla's presence, but the red-haired woman is right. You were looking for her. She's beautiful. Yeah, okay, this is not cool. Mina, I forbid you from pursuing this woman. Do not speak to her. Let's leave now, please. She's really nice, Tabitha. You should really try and get to know her. Oh, I know her very, very well, actually. I live in her town, remember? Or did you forget that too? Tabitha, that's low even for you. I swear to God, Carmilla. I don't know what name the spell wrote for me before you two saved me, but you know my name is Carmilla. Oh. Whoa, this is so strange. So Tabitha remembers, despite her drinking Sybil's tea as well? Interesting. Very interesting. Oh wait, I didn't notice this. When you check your decisions, if I chose to ride with Kanika instead of mine, her name's not there. That is really cool. Confess my feelings to blank. Okay, I'm gonna go speak to Oscar. He's big. Yeah. Let's go to the library. Let's see how that goes. We're in our old Scarlet playthrough. The library is somewhat less silent than usual. There are sounds coming from the open doorway of the mayor's office upstairs. The shuffling of paper, accompanied by low muttering. I recognize Oscar by a slightly manic laugh that cut through the murmuring, as uncharacteristic as it is for the librarian. You climb the stairs and find Oscar amid a scattered pile of old paper and ancient leather-bound ledgers. Oh. He's torn a massive hole in the wall. Ah, excellent. I was hoping I might see you today. Couldn't sleep at all last night. Kept thinking about the stone and everything it might mean, and whether or not there are more, and how, if there are, they might cause further disaster, which of course means it would be it would be advantageous if we managed to find them before they do what they did here. And then Rosalina mumbled something about rooms being wrong in her sleep, and that just made something click for me. I decided to start looking through old floor plans for all the buildings in town. At first I figured Town Hall had already shared all its secrets with us, but as you can see, there was still more to be found. I found a discrepancy in what is now the mayor's office between the initial plans and how it stands today. I started knocking on walls, you know, like in the movies, and lo and behold, an honest to God secret room. Some old storage closet that's been sealed away behind the wallpaper for a century. Full of old holler secrets, with your family at the center of it all. There's building plans for all these locations around town, town hall included, where there's clearly been extra work done to bury things in the foundations. All that as part of the Scarlet Hollow Landmark Revitalization Project, ran by Enoch. And more than that, I found what I think are models of what was supposed to be buried and where. Like this. Ooh. Interesting. This is really good because in the past playthrough with Keen Eye, obviously I found all the drawings and all that, but I wonder what it would have been like if I went to speak to Oscar after that. I wonder what they're supposed to be. Was he at the helm of a secret society? Is there a secret society still running Scarlet Hollow? And to add to the mystery, there's a name that's been repeated throughout the documents, Verena. Yep. She seems to be deferred as an authority, which of course struck out to me, as there weren't a lot of women involved in government or construction. Consulted Verena. Verena requested this change or that. So I went looking for more information on that person, but I wasn't able to find any records of her elsewhere. No birth certificates, death certificates, property purchases, marriages, divorces, nothing at all. I suppose she may have lived off the grid. There are probably plenty of people who lived and died with no record of that they were ever here, but I have to admit it's curious, isn't it? Call you lunatic for tearing down a wall, but it's hard to argue with the results. Or, you know, I broke down a bit of a wall myself yesterday, bringing up to speed about the clinic. But that's confirmation then. The old hospital was part of Enoch's revitalization project. If only it had been faster, maybe we could have preempted disaster. What a shame about the Kelly kid, but it sounds like the doctor knew the best course of action. Maybe when this is all over and we manage to break whatever curse is holding the town in its grip, he'll go back the way he was. He pauses, his eyes drifting towards the door. We have to hope it can all get better. Still, this definitely supports my operative theory that these carvings are tied to the incidents that have happened in town this week. There was one installed in the Shaw Mine. Installed in the annex. Two more locations. Church and an old farmhouse, the Tremaine property. Though, of those two, the farm seems like the most accessible. Her. Does he mean Tabitha? Before we get into all this, you should know what I found at the estate this morning. This is all helpful information. Certainly gives me a few more avenues to explore, and of course, it brings the puzzle pieces together. Oh. Looks to me like the tunnels are under what kids call Tetanus Lake. At least it's what we called it back in my day. People have been treating it like a trash heap for decades. It's all rusted cans and broken bottles. If we want to access any of it, we'll need serious equipment. Or Pastor Daniel's permission to tear up the pulpit, which I assume will result in much the same argument the pastor had with Enoch 100 years ago. It feels like everything always happens right after I show up. What if we're not getting ahead of them? What if uncovering them has been the problem all along? Okay. If anything, I would guess your presence accelerated whatever was going on, which is a fascinating detail. I have to assume something about being a Scarlet excites them somehow. Okay. Oh, hi, Alexis. She's saying some really weird stuff. I mean, she's been saying weird stuff since yesterday, but now it's getting really weird, like in movies where people do drugs to see spirals and stuff. And I know there's a lot of rules about the medicine. I don't remember what they are, which one she's supposed to have every 3 hours or every 12 hours, and I really don't want to mess up. Sure, I can walk you through it again. The one with the yellow sticker, or every 3 hours. Can you just come and do it? The last couple of times I came up to ask, I forgot everything by the time I was down there. And I think she also needs some food, but all you have is onions, and I don't know what to do with those. Look, I'll be done in just a minute, I promise. In the meantime, why don't you call the doctor and see if she can walk you through it? It's not like I'm the expert anyway. Probably good to double check. Oscar, what the fuck, dude? After we get Rosa sorted, I'll give you some cash. You can run to the gas station for some snacks for you both. We can order pizza for dinner if your parents haven't come to pick you up by then. Dude, this is neglectful. Losing track of time. First route to Julius Tremaine's farm is down Main Street. Okay. Oscar, you're ignoring your kid. You're pushing me away. Do you really think there's anything here that's worth that cost? I'm not ignoring her. The most important thing for her right now is rest. She was sleeping all morning. I wasn't going to interrupt that. Though I suppose I must be more scattered than I thought, if that was the second time Alexis had to ask me about it. But the work is important too. I know it is. Okay. Whoa. Take care of your daughter, Oscar. I'll handle the farms. Okay. Okay. Let's just see. We'll go into someone else you can trust. I am gonna save at this point. I like where we're getting with this playthrough, so I'd like to be here to make a couple of different choices. Go into someone else I can trust. I think if I go to Dr. Kelly's, she's just going to be called out. If I go to Sybil, what's going on there? If I go to see Tabitha and Stella, they're both in the trailer, and if I go see Avery, that again triggers it. What if I go Sybil? Who was Sybil? Your brow furrows for a moment, thinking and remembering, and thinking and going through the past few days, and remembering and thinking and contemplating, trying to piece together whatever it was you were supposed to be doing anyways. It was something important. You were trying to figure out who you can trust, given everything that happened to you that morning. Interesting. Very interesting. Someone who was important to me. Yep. Oh, and I'm right back to where I was. And then I see Miles. Has to do with Sybil and somebody else that feels really important. Oh, baby. You're not crazy, there's something wrong, and it has to do with your family. You draw a blank on just who Miles' family is supposed to be. Woke up and everything was normal. Had cereal and then Sybil said she was going somewhere with somebody. No, wait, the person was there too. I talked to them and then they left, and I went out onto the street because the office is closed for renovation, so I had to wait outside until it was done. It feels like he's recounting a dream, the memories slipping through his fingers as the words leave his lips, leaving only emotion. This is how I felt when Dad died, but nobody's dead. Please make it stop. Have I talked to anyone else about it? Everybody else lives here and I don't need people looking at me funny for the rest of my life. There's somebody missing, isn't there? Miles tries to hide it, but you see his lower lip tremble and his eyes are shiny with fresh tears. Yeah, I think so. I feel so guilty. I think this is my fault. He can't hide the tremor in his voice as he speaks. There's this crazy old guy at the edge of town. You gotta find him. Julius. He's always coming around to ask me weird questions. I don't remember what he asked or what I said, but I feel like it's important, and he wrote it all down in a notebook. You gotta get him to show you that notebook. I'd go out there, but I can't think straight, not right now, and I need somebody to fix this for me. Oh. Okay. That is fine. I'm gonna try to just make this as long as it needs to go. Not a lot of people are left. Tabitha and Stella know where that leads. Kelly's gonna lead to that as well. I'm gonna go to speak to Avery again because I think they've updated a little bit. Oh. Okay. Looking for Avery. Director Julius is left behind dry dealing with some very irritable miners. Sounds like the strike's off and a bunch of folks got fired over it. But I didn't hear it coming from me. Thought giving a job to my sister's kid would make running the diner easier, but this is the second shift in a row I'm understaffed. I guess it's good they're finally making friends in town. Why is Avery at Julius's place? Hell if I know, didn't ask. I'd rather it wasn't the case, tell you that much. Can't say I approve of Avery getting calls from a crusty old man like Mr. Tremaine. I don't stick my nose where I don't belong. Remain silent. What, not so much as a hello? Wow. Especially considering what I've been hearing about you. Not the old Pearl Ann rumors. I know bullshit when I hear it. I mean, new talk around here about the kind of things that started happening when you showed up, and if I'm being honest, you sound like trouble, so you listen here. You better not let so much as a stray feather land on Avery, or I'll be coming for you. Damn, okay. All roads point to Julius, and that's true. What happens if I go to Dr. Kelly's house? The two of us share terrible secrets. She's good at keeping things to herself. Yeah. Oh, okay. She stops when she sees you, pausing as she notices the tremble in your limbs, the panic splashed across your face. Something else happened. What is it now? Wait, don't tell me I hear get inside. Okay. All signs of what happened yesterday seem to have vanished. There are no streaks of paint on the walls, and the sunlight casts no hard shadows, softening the memories of what happened here. What's going on? Do I need to be worried? Don't hold back, tell her everything. Your family's secrets, the possibility of other stones to sell, your cousin's strange insistence throughout the week that nothing is wrong. When you're finished, Dr. Kelly is silent for a long few seconds, taking in everything you've said. Come here. Excuse me? She wraps you in her arms, pressing you to her chest. There is a surprising strength to her embrace. Her hair holds the floral cleanliness of a generic shampoo, evidence of her humanity lurking under the flat sterility of what seems to pervade the clinic. Then pulling away, holding you firmly by the shoulders, looking you in the eye. It'll be okay. You did the right thing coming to me. Did I? Oh, that was a bit weird. Okay. We should confront Tabitha. She knows more than she's letting on. I know exactly how that confrontation will go. She'll feign ignorance, then get mad and defensive, then end the conversation with whatever kind of force she deems necessary, possibly going as far as to call the cops, as useless as they usually are. Well, she's on point there. I know you must want answers, but we need to focus on the most effective use of our time. Answers can wait. The doctor sighs, thinking, it's bad enough that you're in the middle of this, but it seems like you don't have much choice in that. We'll just stick together and hope for the best. You said you found out where another one of those stones is, right? If the thing you found in my basement had anything to do with what happened to Reese. It sounds to me like wherever there's a stone, there's trouble. And somebody needs to be concerned for the health and well-being of people who live there. Unfortunately, I don't think the cops are willing to do that, so we'll have to be the ones who go out there and have a look. I'll bring tranquilizers with me. Okay. Thank God, I feel like no one else around here has been taking any of this seriously. You should give them some credit. It's hard not to rationalize when things get weird, and it's too easy to hope that the worst is behind us. I know that's what I was thinking this morning, that maybe everything would get better from here. Instead, she sighs, glancing nervously down the hall. I should give him another dose. He's been too groggy to cause any problems since he woke up this morning, but I shouldn't bet on that, especially while I'm not here. If you could distract him for me, I would appreciate it. What do you mean, distract? You just have to stand outside the door. He'll probably come up to talk to you. Then I can hit him from the food slot. It's hard to aim through that thing, and I really can't afford to waste any of these darts. It's okay, the door's reinforced steel. He can't get to you. Anything he might say is all bluster. Okay. Okay. You know the way, I'll be right behind you. It's dark in the isolated, tucked-away corner of the clinic where Dr. Kelly has decided to imprison her son. The door is still standing, and it's quiet. Ooh, the spooky music again. Little voices overlapping. You walk up to the door, peering through the porthole, into the dark concrete wall. Reese is huddled against the far wall. His long limbs are sloppily folded over each other on the hard cement floor, his tail twitching like a headless snake. The walls are streaked with red, messy lines coalescing into rudimentary paintings, massive hollow mouths and anguished eyes screaming out at you from the bricks. Give it 50 years or so, and it will be just like what you found at the estate, only with the occupants still trapped inside. I know you're there. So you came back to see the mess you left behind. But you didn't expect me to still be in one piece, did you? Whoa, my fucking Christ. Okay. Well, I'm all healed up. What'll you do next? What kind of torture am I up for today, now that I'm safe in my cage? Reese cries out angrily, stumbling back. A fresh dart is lodged in his thigh. His face got fixed. It fixed itself. I knew he must have some kind of super healing thing going on, considering the dosages he was able to endure. But it's one thing to heal from something toxic in your body that has grown accustomed to. It's another for your face to stitch itself back together after that. Why don't you take some samples, huh? See if you can make me into a proper experiment. Use my blood to cure cancer. Who cares? It's not like I'm a person to you anymore. Is that paint? No, I haven't given him any paint. It is a lovely mix of blood and poop and piss. Try to talk to Reese. Come on, Reese, you tried to murder someone. You can't pretend you're in there for no reason. Self-defense isn't a crime. She kidnapped me, she's holding me against my will. Those are crimes. But she'll never get to see what a court might think, will she? The both of you are making sure no one ever finds out what you've done. His voice is getting weaker, struggling to get the words out as the drugs take hold. The rest of my life will be spent between four walls, while the world thinks I'm dead. I just hope I don't have to wait long for that to be true. Aww. There, he's asleep. Let's go. Oh man. Okay. I yearn for adventure. You don't understand how urgent this is. But you're already walking. What if I do something here? Does he still shoot me? No. No. Leads to them both dying anyway. Okay. And I'm gonna lastly try from here to Tabitha's. There's a weird energy in here, an eagerness in their eyes. Get the hell out of here. You keep running despite Stella crying after you. Don't need to hear it. Make it all the way back down the hill. Trying to think of where you could possibly go next. I'm not standing around and thinking, I'm running. Oh, he already gets there. Oh, accosting Miss Scarlet, eh? Okay, this playthrough, I'm mystical and talking to animals. So I'm just reviewing where I'm at. Oh, you slowly come to aroused by the voice of your small opossum friend. Human, not dead. Okay, okay, no easy breakfast for Dustin and Dustin Mom. How did I get here? Scary human came into room at night. Took cute human away. Oh. Doesn't have no sense of self-preservation. Oh, thank you, buddy. Comb on other side. Do either of you know how to get back to my room? Holes everywhere, just squeeze between walls. Okay. Okay. Oh, and they're coming with me. Okay. You can hear the light click of claws on hardwood as Dustin's mom toddles along a safe distance behind you. Seems like some sort of entertainment room. Dustin almost never come here. All open space too scary. But room behind wall is good hiding place. Oh, I see references this room behind wall. He stares at what first seems to be a broken down bookshelf, hanging by a single rested hinge. But there's something behind its sagging empty shelves. Some sunless room, once hidden, now revealed by the rot of this house. Examine the hidden room. We go to dark room now? Good. Big open space bad. Vulnerable to big attack. The space is dark. I'm really enjoying having the following of Dustin and Dustin Mom. Let's examine this good place to take nap. Oh, if you only had a bit more strength, but your strength is Charlie's now. Oh. His beady eyes beaming at you over the edge. Thank you, buddy. Pretty good for eating. Dustin always saves these for special occasion. Tastes like old pond. Fine vintage. You reach for one of them, but hesitate before opening it. This is a fragile thing, and it hums with a strange energy. You close your eyes and focus on that hum, and to your surprise, at the back of your mind, you hear it. To Miss Maeve. Oh my god, that's so fucking cool. Mystical and speak to animals is such a combo, dude. I know it's been several years since my last visit, but I hope you remember the young lad who used to find himself on your doorstep more than you probably would have liked. I write to you now with the utmost urgency. I'm not sure if the news has reached you regarding what transpired just yesterday. Many lives were lost. The town is in a frenzy. I hope to mitigate some of the damage that has been done, and thus must speak with you at once. I attempted the journey to your place of residence, but was unable to locate it. You once told me of another way to reach you, and though it seems nothing but a half-remembered fantasy, I am acting in desperation. I can only hope this letter finds its way to you, as you once said it would in my hour of need. I must meet with you at your soonest convenience. Miss Verena, trouble with tea, your presence required at once. Verena, know what you tried, do not appreciate the attempt at subterfuge. Thought we both knew what was at stake here. The boy had been dealt with. Expect me this evening for an in-person discussion. Some of these letters are addressed to Miss Maeve and some to Verena, all signed Enoch Scarlet. Good nest. Open the top drawer. Red stuff sticks to Dustin's teeth. Tastes good though. Enoch must have been lying to that doctor. If the man he spoke to wasn't Teddy, why would there be a picture of him in Enoch's study? You've seen enough. Examine the painting in the parlor before returning to the hallway. Dustin, no go there. Dustin, come back. You turn to face Dustin's mom, who stands a little ways down the corridor from you, her posture tense. But Dustin is helping. Nothing bad will happen to Dustin with big, strong human around. Dustin, mom say no. Don't care how strong human is, only Dustin, mom, know what is best for Dustin. Dustin looks up at you with his large black wet eyes. Human will have to go on without Dustin. He clambers down from his place on your shoulder, gripping your clothes with his little clawed hands. Hope human can find human-sized hole. We go back to Dustin house now. Human should be careful. Up there always smell like hurting. Oh. I love them. I'm obsessed with them. I would give anything for them. Try to move the boxes from the nearest door. They feel packed full of lead. You can practically hear your shoulders and hips creaking and straining with the effort. But try as you might, you can only budge them about an inch. Then they seem to cement themselves in place and you find yourself gasping for breath. Oh man. At least you know the handle can't be in there. No one's been in that room for some time. It's not worth the strain. Okay. Check the bookshelf. Okay. It's too bad that with my old age and no particular strength-based traits, I can't really do anything about the boxes. But it would be very interesting to be in there with the mystic trait. So probably would have been best if my age wasn't so fucked. It pains you to stand in this space. Emotions hang over you, strong, oppressive, and overwhelming thoughts that threaten to fill your lungs. You don't feel death here. You feel something worse, a deeper loss, one that's left a wound that has refused to scar. You can't help but fixate on the carpet in the center of the room. The corner is rumpled as it had been recently moved. Move the carpet. You pull the carpet up, exposing the bare floor and revealing what lies beneath. An ornate ring of sigils has been carved into the floor, 5 along the edges, with a 6th in the center. The circle emits a now uncomfortably familiar feeling. You can feel your gaze forced to crawl over every intricate detail of the carving in front of you. So Wayne is trying to conceal the, like, seals kind of true meaning from us. He's obviously pushing us towards it, but almost like in a veiled way. Like he doesn't want us to figure out what's really going on. Okay. Central symbol, huh? You step forward. This was a prison cell. Everything about this place. Whatever lived here lived in constant torment. But the etchings on the walls are more than just evidence of the suffering that went on here. Whatever was trapped in these walls was trying to send a message to you or anyone who might happen across it. It almost looks like a word, though none of the lines meet up, causing you to constantly doubt whether they're letters at all, or just lines that fool the eye into imagining shapes that aren't there. Whatever was in here wanted these words to be known, so you do your best to store them away, trying to burn the image of them into your mind, carved deep in the wall, bloody against the filthy brick. And then one final detail grabs you. Let's explore the music. The phrase scrawled on that wall, what was it? Why does it feel bad to think it? I'm glad you noticed. It's a weapon. Hold on to it. Interesting. Have I flirted with anyone yet? Really? Oh, and Duke's dead in this one, so a lot of the other cops might be dead as well, trying to get into the house. Sybil is behind this somehow. I know she is. I don't think so. She helps people. Wish I knew where she was. I can't wait. Okay. Oh, I forgot we get to see extra bits of the cutscene. Our partnership has come to an end, which I will be continuing on with my business, and you should be grateful that I let you continue on with yours. One of these days, Enoch, someone will be strong enough to do what needs doing. I can wait. I can wait a long, long time. Okay, interesting. Did you have to fall right into the gunshot wound? Miles said that you had a notebook and that you've asked him a lot of questions. He sent me to you to get help fixing something that's wrong with the world. Kanika? Her daughter? I don't think I've met any Kanikas, and Sybil doesn't have any daughters, at least not that I know of. How are you talking about? Even I know she has a daughter. Can't say I necessarily recall her name, not that I make a habit of learning names anyway, but there was something off. This ain't right. Damn it. I thought staying away from her tea was enough, but she still managed to get to me eventually, didn't she? She's messing with me the same she messes with everybody, that devil woman. What the hell are you talking about? Person I don't know, you hung out with Kanika 2 days ago. At the ghost thing, we were all there. Kanika, she runs the general store, the place where literally all of you go to buy everything. She eyes Julius for a moment. Maybe not you. But the rest of you all go to that store. It's why I keep trying to buy it. If it's me losing too much water before you hit your head. Town doesn't have a general store. It's very interesting. Oh no, I've had her tea. Is there a way to undo it? Am I brainwashed? Is that the only reason I like her? She clearly betrayed you. This doesn't seem like what she promised, does it? Yeah, it's horrifying, and there's literally nothing we can do about it. What exactly did you catch her doing to make her make a deal? He rests against the wall, waiting, watching the thing as it slowly solidifies, its breaths more confident as bows grow shallow. Can't let this happen. He attempts to lean forward, reaching with a bloodied hand for his gun, but Tabitha kicks him, stopping him mid-motion, his face contorting with pain. Quit it. Just let the guy have his freak, baby, or do you want to get shot again? Everyone watches each other with unease. Oh. There's something about this inconsistency that nags you. Kanika without her glasses. The illusion wavers, trying to maintain its hold, but it's too late. I'd hoped this would all be over before you could come find me. I know it can be unpleasant to watch. I'd hoped to spare you, even if I knew in my heart that all the worthwhile roads for you to walk on would bring you right here before I could finish my work. I wasn't trying to trick you for what it's worth, though I'm sure that doesn't sound very truthful. Please try to trust that this is all in your best interests. There's no illusion masking her words, no trickery. She is speaking the truth. But perhaps there remains a narrow path for you to walk. Speak the name that was carved into the cell wall. Of course, scratching on the walls. This was what it was for. You don't have to know how to speak it. The thought of it brings the sound to your lips, the name forcing its way out, yearning to be free from your mind and used the dagger it is. Whoa! The dagger tears into her. Bro, chills. Fucking goosebumps and chills. Everything that is not her pours out of the delicate tapestry of her existence, the parts she arranged so neatly scattering, their voices filling the dream around you, confusion as her careful order is appended. A single dangling thread comes into focus. Is she winning or losing? Oh! Before another word can slip through her lips, Tabitha's mouth seems to vanish. She silently claws at her smooth skin where it used to be. Whoa. Listen to me, I'm one of the very few people who want to see you walk free, truly free. Tabitha knows this. Do you think she's advocating for my daughter because she likes her? Of course not. At the end of the day, she's a self-interest girl, and her interest is maintaining her power over you. Because she knows if I have power, I will end the hold your family has over you and me and the whole town. But even if you don't believe a word I've said about your own safety, I'll give you something else too. A piece of my power to keep for yourself. It's not fair what Charlie did to you. It had to be done, of course. He couldn't stay where he was. But I can take away the burden. I can give you back your youth, your health. I only need to finish what I started. If you want me to trust you, then give me what you're promising now. Show me you can. I can't. It requires a strength I don't currently possess. If you want what I've offered you, you'll just have to trust me. I'm doing this for everyone. Okay, we need to save this, don't we? Accept her offer. Take back your youth. You don't open your mouth, only thinking it to yourself, but she smiles a knowing smile. Thank you for letting me help you. Consider it done. The dream stitches itself back together. Confusion fades, order returns. The thread is woven back into the tapestry of the experiences the witch has stitched onto herself. And Kanika is gone. You feel it instantly, a vigor, possibly even better than what you previously possessed, flowing back into your limbs, your lungs filling for what feels like the first time in days, your vision clearing, your back straightening without a hint of pain. It's disorienting, but unlike the moment you woke in your drained body, your limbs uncooperative, your eyes laggy with exhaustion, this is exhilaration. You feel at home in your skin again. Tabitha's mouth unseals itself, her lips reappearing in her usual scowl. Couldn't stop yourself, huh? Too fucking vain to spend another second with all those grey hairs? The witch reestablishes herself in the room. Okay, she's different now. She too seems to have been freed from the weight of age. Her hair a vibrant red, her face fresh and youthful. Well, you got what you wanted. No more wrinkles, no more Kanika either. That's not true. She's here the same as I'm here. We're the same person. But you and I both know that's not why you're upset. You and Kanika were never close enough for me to buy that, despite how you may have really felt about her. This is about you losing. I haven't lost. You're not the only powerful thing in Scarlet Hollow, Sybil. Please, call me Carmilla. No one is going to know who you're talking about if you use that name. She's still here, by the way, the same way all of them are, though she's the loudest for now, the most recent, not used to being a part of a whole just yet. I didn't want to do this, you know. Of course I do, but it was the right choice. the first right choice anyone in your family has made in generations. Take comfort in that, Tabitha. You're ending what they never should have started. Let's get going. The town won't be saved without us after all. Ooh, I'm just gonna say that I'm scared of what's going to happen after this. Oh, now you're scared? I thought you had a whole plan or whatever. You just want to see Kanika disappear for fun. Calm down, Tabitha. What's done is done. You know this was the better choice for Misty, and you in the long run, though maybe you aren't quite able to see that yet. But don't worry. You have a loyal companion on your side now. I'll fix everything, I promise. But for now... Fate has laid a path for us, best not to keep it waiting. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. I am gonna save this, and then I'm gonna load back. Oh shit. Well, that was stupid of me, wasn't it? I completely lost my spot. Shit. Oh god, here we go again. Oh, interesting. So in this version I was just kind of running around, and as I was about to make like the third option of going to speak to someone, I was apprehended anyway about Duke's death. Plus you sassed me. Damn, Sybil. Why should I trust you after everything that just happened with Julius? So interesting to get to speak to her this much. Did you know I was going to wind up here? Doesn't this throw a wrench into your plans? I will answer until you understand. Interesting. Speak the name that was carved into the cell wall. So cool. And this is where we get our years offered. Pull the thread. The delicate tapestry is unwoven, the witch's careful work torn open, if only momentarily, as her daughter's hands are finally unbound enough to grab for their mother. Their cries are a song, calling out as they drag her down into the depths of their mass, craving her warmth, her attention, her love, as it has been so long since she's held them. The tapestry weaves itself shut around her. The cries go quiet, sated. The witch is gone. Kanika catches her breath in the space once occupied by her sisters. Now she stands alone. Though she isn't really alone, not anymore, and she never will be. She wears the weave of all those generations of power. Someone has to. What did you do to me? Was that really you earlier, or was that her talking through you? No, that was me. I said those things and I meant them. I really, really believed it. I still do. Do not. Well. Welcome to the Dead Moms Club. A manic laugh breaks through her shock. You can't just say that to someone, but it was funny. For the record though, I don't think she's dead. She's still in here somewhere like the rest of them. God, this is insane. Magic isn't supposed to be real. She let me say that so many times, all the while she knew. Am I supposed to do what she was going to do? How do I even know what that is? She never told me anything or taught me anything. How am I supposed to save this town if I don't even know what's wrong with it? God, this is so much pressure. I never asked for this. I don't think I can handle it. Oh, that's shitty. We can figure this out together. That's what we've been doing all week, remember? You're right, we can figure this out. You made it all the way here and did whatever it is you just did. Nothing is too much for us to handle. She takes a deep breath, collecting herself. We'll just take it one step at a time. First step, figure out how to get out of here. It's weird. Everything felt slippery before. Like I couldn't hold on to anything. But now it's like I can see how it's all put together and where all the seams are. So if I just... You don't see whatever it is she's doing. The world around you goes dark. You're moving like a current is carrying you somewhere, buoying you upwards. Your body is ascending rapidly until finally you surface. And there we have it. Okay. And I'm gonna save that. And then figure out which other possible save we are going for. This one is book smart and hot. Ooh. I can actually examine the bookshelf. Okay. The bottom shelf seems to be home to reference books, heavy volumes of long outdated construction law, treaties, and various aspects of the coal industry, but there's also a book on city planning. The spine is marked with a dot. You pull it out, the shelves above shifting precariously, as if the book held some load-bearing purpose. Oh. Interesting. The map of Scarlet Hollow, Town Hall, the old hospital, the mines, all the places where stone carvings have been buried. There's one more circled area as well, what looks to be a patch of farmland. Okay. It's a good thing you're a fast reader. Bro, that's really cool. Keep reading. This last prompt lingers with you. If all of these practice books are the same, you wonder what else you might manage to find under Today I. You grab the next copy. Today I told the boy in the wall about my family. Then the boy in the wall said he is happy he has a kid to talk to. I am also glad because Mary Bell is mean sometimes and tells me what to do. He is really nice, and I hope he can come out of the wall to play with us soon. Today I told the boy in the wall that I am sad. He was really nice and told me he knows how to make Mommy be nicer to me. He said Mommy tucks him in every night and reads him stories and is never mean. And that if I was in the wall, Mommy would also be nice to me. He said there can only be one kid in the wall, so we will have to switch places with me, but Mommy will be nice to me then, so that's okay. Today I ate dinner with Mommy. She said she made me special dinner and she sat with me the whole time, and I was a good girl and ate it all. Mommy is proud of me. It was a good day and I am happy. The rest of the book is blank. Oh, very interesting. Oh, hello. Calm down, you don't look that weird. Sam, tell you what happened last night. I'm different now, but that doesn't matter. There's something much more important to talk about. I was going to leave town. That was my plan after I ran away, but it didn't work. I managed to get to the edge of town, but as soon as I stepped over the line, I couldn't keep going. I had to stop. It was like someone was grabbing my heart and squeezing it harder every step I took. I couldn't breathe. I was sure something horrible was going to happen if I kept walking. So I kept walking, trying to find some other way out, but instead I found... Okay, this is gonna sound crazy, but I found these pockets of emotion. I think that's what I would call them. I think they're around those stones, like the ones in the clinic. they're talking to me, not in words, just feelings and pictures. There are more of them. There's one close by and it's really loud. So loud that I can't ignore it, even on the other side of town. It's just yelling and yelling. This is after kind of getting in between Reese and Dr. Kelly, I guess, and Reese running away. So you think something might be happening? I do, yeah, and I'm pretty sure I heard sirens and I think a shotgun. What are the stones saying to you? Can you figure it out? It's hard to explain. There was one in the library, right? That one feels like a headache, like it's trying to go somewhere and keeps hitting a wall. And up at the mines, it sounds like whispering, and it feels cold, even though it looks like fire when I focus on it. This one, it's like roots underground, warm and growing, taking something that doesn't belong to it. It's lonely, but it doesn't want me here. It wants me to leave so badly. How many more of these things are there? I don't know. This one is too loud. It's hard for me to make out the ones that are still asleep. Something stirs in your mind. An emotion, angry and petulant. Keep going, it says. Keep going. You couldn't leave town? No, I couldn't. I'm stuck. I think we all might be stuck. I think at this point it's probably obvious that this isn't exactly a normal town. I mean, Exhibit A, my whole situation. And you've tried leaving before, Stella, but a pause. Stella glances away. You're still here. And I think it's gotten a lot worse, more restrictive, holding on to everyone tighter than ever. So much talking, this is all a distraction. I'm scared. I feel like I don't really have any choice but to go find it, but I don't want to. Oh, there he is. This is like yesterday, isn't it? When you had to break down the wall. What the hell happened yesterday? Oh, doesn't matter now. Step aside and let Sam continue. Oh no, not this guy again. A formed mistake. Take the opportunity I'm giving you. Unless you want another wounded limb, you'll leave Sam be. Reese clutches his shoulder reflexively. The arm still hangs slightly limp, weaker than the other, the way it did yesterday after Wayne touched it. And then he turns and runs. I'm not getting chased off that easily. I'm not afraid of you. Ooh. None of these friends of yours can save you, but you can save yourself with some guidance. Okay. What have you even done? True. Know that my letting you speak is a privilege that can be revoked. I could make it so you might never speak again. Now may I finish? Be careful of the farmer, and good luck. Okay. Like in a trance or something, I don't know what to do. You're worried this is a crime scene. Oh. Very interesting to see both Dr. Kelly and Stella in all of this. Why is it always the head? Oh yeah. Bestie, you and I are gonna need therapy for life. Oh, she tries to run out. And yeah. Oh, honey. Avery, what the hell is going on here? So, Julius hatched a baby out of the pumpkin. The really big pumpkin. You probably saw it upstairs. And then he was stuck in the basement for a couple of days while it was upstairs, crawling around looking for food, and then unfortunately Bo showed up. All I heard was some yelling, crashing, but I wound up with this shit on my hands. So I called the kid to come help me sort it out. That's me. Julius thought my plant expertise might come in handy. Oh. Why is Deputy Franklin shot? Ooh. What are you? I'm yours if you'll have me. Oh boy, that is odd. What do you want from me? You can be honest. You have my trust. I really like you. Quit with the little games. You have my full interest. Now what do you want to do about it? Wayne takes a step forward, closing what little gap remained between you. The unsteady floor causes you to stumble back against the wall. Wayne looming over you, his outstretched arm blocking you from escape. There's only him and you locked in a near embrace. I can show you, give you a taste of what we could be, of what I can offer you. He's breathing more heavily now. It's slight but noticeable. He's excited but trying not to show it. If you're ready. Will this make me fall apart like you? No, you don't have to worry about this happening to you. Not if we do things right. I'm being rejected. But a fleeting moment with you will be bliss for us both. No pain, no lingering aftermath, but pleasure. Excuse me? Oh, his other arm reaches up towards your throat. He rests his palm on the nape of your neck. It's warmer than you expected, calloused and cracked. His fingers strong as they tighten around you. There's a sudden sharp pain as if you've been struck with a pin, and the unsettling feeling of something squirming. You can't help but to try and jerk away from him. As the squirming slithers its way up to your throat, his fingers grip tighter, holding you firmly in place. Then it stops, and the pleasant numbness starts to spread from the base of your skull, flowing down your spine, enveloping you in a wave of bone-deep serenity. Your surroundings become unfocused, vision swimming as your head lolls to the side, hair standing on end in a full-body shiver as an intense pleasure sweeps across your skin. You're vaguely aware that your legs have collapsed from under you. Wayne holds you up, one of his arms curling around your waist, pressing you against him as you lose yourself in the sensation. Then it's over. He lets you go. You slump to the floor as he takes a shaky step back, adjusting his sleeve. Think of that as a kiss. He has to catch his breath before he speaks. Business before you go. This is very odd. Very, very odd. Somehow you manage to gather yourself, stumbling to your feet. Your legs tremble unsteadily beneath you as you slowly recover from whatever it was Wayne did. And though you try to pull yourself out of it, your mind seems reluctant to part with the new lingering ounces of that incredible feeling. A foggy, dreamlike haze cloaking your thoughts. Was it like something injected in our spine? What? I'll try it out. I'll try out the episode with this being a thing that's happened. Oh. It wouldn't lie to you. Huh! Just because someone's really good at sex doesn't mean I have to trust them. They're entirely separate things. Interesting. Was that sexual? I'm very confused at what the fuck happened in there, I'll be honest. I kind of don't want to believe that it was sex. Because it was just a bit too weird. And I don't know how full of consent. I don't know. It was odd. Can you fully consent to a thing you don't understand? Okay. Okay. So instead of continuing in the explorations, I just kind of made an emotional appeal and said that I'm feeling scared. Okay. You've known since day one, haven't you? And you made me feel crazy. And we're going. Okay. Hmm. Very interesting. Okay. Thanks, Tabby. Let's try to destroy the thing. The vibe. Shit. Okay. Ah, this is the one where Tabitha sacrificed for years. So this will be interesting, definitely. It's very unfortunate that I drank the tea in this one as well. But, nevertheless, let's see what we can do. Okay. I've been doing some research on our family. There's some things I want to talk about. She's hoping you won't pursue this line of thought. Maybe it is for your sake, like she says, maybe not. Oh. That's a different reaction. Much more feeling than cold. She blinks it away, anger flooding back in. Oh, honey. Tabitha sighs, her eyes wandering up to the ceiling, away from the cards and their saccharine birthday wishes. After the funeral, is that what you said? Maybe. Maybe after. Anyway, is that why you'd come here? To show me this and see if I'd cry? Is that it? Let's save there just in case. There's a cell, Tabitha, in the Forbidden Wing. She visibly bristles, though she doesn't say a word. At least not first, but it's clear to you she knows about the cell. Don't try and lie to me, Tabitha. I can tell you know the room I'm talking about. Okay, yes I do. See, I'm admitting it. But imagine you found some dungeon in ancient ruins of a castle and decided to go to whoever the current caretaker might be, like it's their problem. You coming to me to argue about something that might as well be a museum piece. Haven't I already done enough to make up for the sins of the people I happen to be related to? When does it end? When I'm dead? I'd rather choose to keep living, rather than let dead people keep dragging me down with them. I don't think you've done anything wrong. Then why barge into my office? If I didn't do anything wrong, why does it feel like you're trying to accuse me of something? This town is falling apart, Tabitha. I don't know what you think you're doing, but you can't save it. What if you let things go and left with me? This isn't going anywhere. It doesn't matter what I say, and it doesn't matter what you think. The two of us are living in a completely separate reality. We always have been. There's a long, heavy pause. I wish it didn't have to be that way. What if we pretended we never talked about any of this? Okay. Okay. And then still, huh, interesting. Guess, yeah, what happens in this reality when we've got an old Tabitha, I guess. Oh, okay. No person has to die because that thing ain't a person. At the end of the day, I don't need it anyway. You're right, kid. When I was in a pinch, I didn't call anybody else. No cousins or anything. I called you. Figure that means I don't have to make myself a family out of dirt and blood after all. I went the same sort of route that I did in another Street Smart playthrough where I thought, you know, oh, I'll just convince him to take the baby, but a new option propped up that actually brings us here. And everyone lives. Hot dog. I am so shocked. Very good to have talked my way out of it once again. Okay, in this version as well, Tabitha wants this to happen, I guess, so that we could leave. So that's really interesting as well. What am I supposed to do? Cover my ears and close my eyes? Fine. Wait, are you two like a thing? Oh. That's funny. But you won't. I know you won't, right? Oh, honey. Tabitha breathes a sigh of relief. What's done? Tabitha stares at you with wide eyes. Tabitha seems to be made uneasy by Carmilla's presence, but the red-haired woman is right. You were here looking for her. I like this ending quite a bit. Oh, I must have accidentally fucked up and overrode one of my saves there. Whoopsie. Hopefully none of them were really serious. Okay, so I feel like I've seen so many different versions of the ending. I'm not quite sure that there's a lot I can still keep chasing. There's definitely achievements to potentially get, but I'm not super sure that chasing all those achievements is going to make for any more interesting content. There's a lot here, And if you play through the game, you are so much more likely to see a lot of nuances in the dialogue and the dialogue options that you get based on your choices. I'm a real big fan of the variety of all this, and the fact that I feel like I've been able to explore so many different endings, but also major storyline choices, and not just what happens with the pumpkin baby or with Sybil and Kanika. It's just endlessly interesting, this game. I really hope it's not a massively long wait for episode 6 and 7, but also I don't know how it couldn't be, seeing as there's so much hard work and just so much content that goes into these. So if you feel that there is more that I have missed, more that you would like to see, please let me know. I might continue kind of exploring stuff just for the sake of getting as many achievements as possible, but I just didn't really think that exploring those different routes would be interesting enough to continue doing, because it's gonna be another big video in itself. So yeah, thank you so much for the warm reception for the episode 5 video, and I hope you enjoy this one as well. Your engagement with my content means a lot to me, and thank you so much for sharing the love of Scarlet Hollow. I will see you soon. Bye.